Hey Script Reader Pro family, Scott here. We are going to talk about emotion in today's video and how important it is to have it on the page. So I hope you have your dancing shoes. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back. Scott Parisian here from Script Reader Pro. Today we're going to talk about one of the things that we tend to see lacking in a lot of screenplays, that if it was just in there in a more abundant way, the screenplays would definitely be elevated from what they currently are. And that's emotion. And emotion is a tricky thing because if you don't have emotion coming from your characters, if you don't have emotional touch points and moments for your audience to really identify and key in on, it's hard to get your audience to really be in the moment or to care about your characters or want to stand there and hold them up in their times of trouble. And that's what you need to be doing for your audience. Your movie is about people, and those people must come alive to us. And if you look at human beings, the biggest aspect of what makes them human beings is that emotion that they feel. And emotion can be any type. It's not just about making us cry. It's about making us happy or excited or sad or angry or scared or feeling trepidation as we move through the script. Keying in on the emotions that people feel will definitely create a better payoff in the end of your script. It's all about setups and payoffs, just like anything in a script. If you can emotionally get us involved in who your characters are and what they are going through and why they are making the choices that they are making, we will be on board with them. I find that a lot of the time when I just find myself unable to buy into choices of characters, it's because the emotions aren't quite there. We don't really understand their motivation or what is driving them towards their goal because we haven't had the right amount of emotion set up for us. And it doesn't matter the movie. It doesn't matter the genre. Look at something like Dirty Dancing, brilliant movie. It has excellent examples of connecting us with the characters in emotional ways. We feel happiness, we feel angst, we feel exuberance, we feel romance and swooning, but we also feel family emotion and relational emotion between family members, like a father not wanting his daughter to grow up. We can feel the emotion that both of them are going through on each side. Horror movies like The Conjuring, one of my favorite all-time movies, they do an excellent job of making us feel for this family. And it doesn't matter what the moment is, whether it's when the young girl gets yanked across the bed by her foot by something invisible, or the best moment, which is even on the cover, when those clapping hands come through beside the mother in the dark. That scares the hell out of us. And we feel it, and it's an emotion. Fear is an emotion, not just a reaction. We feel things happening in those moments. If you look at even something like an action movie like John Wick, right? Big shoot 'em up, big, huge, explosive, body count, bullet flying movie. What's the motivator behind it? Well, John Wick's wife died. As she was dying, he promised her that he would walk away from this life of violence. He will no longer be a hitman, assassin, whatever he sees himself as. And his wife bought him a dog to remember her by, as this final gift that he gave her. And then a bunch of guys come into his house, kill his dog. Horrible moment. It's a sad moment. We watch him laying there beside this dog, and that moment affects us because most people, whether they've had animals or pets or just know people who do, you know the effect that an animal has on you. You know what your life is like or what other people's lives are like because of animals like dogs. So when he's laying there with this dog that has been killed, and it ties in with the memory of his wife, as an audience, we're just like, John, get up, get some weapons, and go. Avenge this. Our emotions are tied up in that because we've felt that. If you can get your audience to feel the things that you need them to feel, if you can get them to stop and forget they're reading something because they're so caught up in that moment. And they want to reach out and hug that character or hold them or pat them on the back, tell them it's going to be okay, or be in that dark with them, holding onto their hand because we are as scared as they are. Whatever the genre, whatever the moment, you have to key on that emotional touch point. Dirty Dancing, I'll bring it up again. This is my wife's all-time favorite movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And every time I watch it, there's two moments that always get me. And I cry. And I can't help it. And I've seen it probably 50 times because it's just a great movie. And it just makes you feel good. There's a moment when Patrick Swayze's character, Johnny Castle, what a name. One of my favorite names, Johnny Castle. It's just a good one. He says to Baby that she's so brave and he wished he was as strong as her because she's not scared of anything. And then she delivers this line.
You are not scared of anything. I don't know.
Me, I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of what I saw. I'm scared of what I did, of who I am. And most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you.
It's such a great line. And we get caught up in that because we know what she's been through. We know her family life. We know the expectations that are placed on her. We watch as she's her father's little girl and she's trying to grow up. She's trying to be a woman. She's got the short end of the stick as far as who they see her being with or possibly dating, what her future is going to be like, that she's level-headed and clear and focused. And then she falls for the bad boy, the guy across the tracks. She's also following that map of what her life is supposed to be. And this is a big crossroad that turns her a certain way or makes her hit a dead end and look at herself. And she's afraid of that. And that little monologue is just such a powerful moment. Another one that always gets me is when she goes to see her father on the dock. And just watch.
There are a lot of things about me that aren't what you thought. But if you love me, you have to love all the things about me. And I love you. I'm sorry I let you down. I'm so sorry, Daddy. But you let me down too.
We automatically feel what he's feeling. We see that vulnerability and it makes us feel something. And it's a powerful moment between the two of these because he's emotional and she's emotional, but they're able to have this moment where she finally puts out there what it is she's always wanted to say to her father, what it is that she feels inside, how he's let her down. We've all been let down by our parents in some way. Unless you've had perfect parents, you at least know someone who's been let down by their parents. Because a lot of people put their parents up on a pedestal because they're the ones in charge of us. They're raising us. They're teaching us things. They're our safety blanket. And when they let us down, it's devastating. So when this moment happens and she gets the opportunity to tell her father that he's let her down, we feel that. We feel this vindication that she can finally say what it is about her life and their relationship that she can't handle anymore. And because of all of the steps that we've seen and all those emotional ideas that have been pushed at us with his expectations of her and her needing to hide and lie and not quite tell the truth, we feel like we need to root for her. Like we need her to vindicate herself. We need her to stand up to her father. Right? That's great writing. That's great storytelling. That's great emotional buildup so that we get a chance to fall in love with this couple. We watch them grow. We watch Baby change. We watch Johnny change. They are changing each other. And as they fall in love, we fall in love. Most screenplays have a plot in place. They have characters in place. But if you can't make us feel something, it's coming across as words on a page. You can never underestimate the power of an emotional connection with your audience. Never forget emotion It's what you feel in movies, it's what you feel in books, it's what you feel in relationships, in successes, in failures. We all know what emotions are. We know what they do to us. So use that. Any moment you're writing in a script, ask yourself, what is the emotional cue that you want your audience to feel? What is it that you need your audience to recognize in the emotional need of that moment? Connect with us. Reach out to us from that page and make us feel. We're here to hope and dream with you. We are here as a goal to help make you better with every page. So emotionally break us. Emotionally break your audience. Have them feeling things. Have them afraid, happy, sad, unsure, scared. Run the gamut on emotions, and you will have an audience that can't put that script down. Until next time, write hard.